Today we're taking a look at some custom Magic the Gathering cards. Let's see how crazy or wacky or how insane some of these cards are going to be. We're going to start off with Statler and Waldorf, the Muppets. Not any Muppets, it's the grumpy old men that cry and complain from the balcony. I don't want to judge too hard because I'm probably going to be one of them when I get older. It's a 2-mana 1/1 Muppet Advisor. I love how they call them an advisor. Yeah, as if they give any sort of constructed criticism whatsoever. Eminence. Oh, yeah, so they can... I get... Oh, my... So basically, they're preaching from the command zone. Okay, Eminence. As long as Statler and Waldorf are in the command zone, all creatures that can attack you must do so. I don't really get that part. I guess maybe everyone wants to attack them, but they can't. So there's only one thing to do is they got to attack you. That's right, the Muppets. Who watched the Muppets when they were a kid? I know, I love the Muppets. Unfortunately, I don't know when it was ever on TV. I saw Sesame Street 100 million times more than I saw the Muppets. They didn't really play it back and forth enough. Not black and white for Flavor Fail? Oh, you mean like, what, The Nightmare Before Christmas? I don't think that is the soul of Statler and Waldorf. There was a color version of the Muppets. I think it was a regular show. Although not that I can remember much about it. There was a frog, Kermit the Frog. There was Miss Piggy. Little Dead Fi loves the Muppets. So long, Toads. See you next time. Okay. Anyway, I think this is a pretty cool card. Very flavorful. The only thing I can remember about the Muppets is that these two guys heckle everybody. They're still heckling people. Okay, we're going to start off with some super chats from Bacon Catbug. If you want to be part of the show, you can join my Discord, post your cards, donate, just like Bacon Catbug does. When you donate, you have to give me the name of the title that you gave to your post. I'll look it up. This one's Advanced Murder. I don't even have to look it up. I actually see it right over here. It's right in front of me because F your dudes and their ETBs. So it's a... Isn't that just hand discard? Hand discard's literally advanced murder. You're murdering something before it's even cast. I guess it's just erasing it from your mind. That's the idea of discard. So for black and one Phyrexian instant, choose one. Target creature loses all abilities and gets -0, -69, 420. For anyone that cares. Counter target, or also... There's a second ability, so instead of killing a creature to oblivion, we can counter target triggered ability from a creature source. If an ability is countered this way, that creature gets, again, -69,420 until end of turn. I don't think anything can survive that. Nothing is going to survive this thing, except one thing. And those are hexproof creatures and shred creatures. Can't advance murder those things. I don't understand how this is advanced murder. Well, what is the difference? So target creature loses all abilities, then it gets nuked, or counter target triggered ability from a creature source. That second ability is actually pretty cool. They should put that on a Dimir card. It doesn't really feel like a black card. Like maybe it is. I think black, they know Magic. I feel like they just know the dark arts compared to blue. Blue is like this sort of neutral but sort of good magic, and then black is like the sort of super evil magic. Why can't they counter triggered abilities? They're right beside blue on the color pie. Stops the ETB and die effects. Oh yeah, the lose all abilities. All right, so you could make something lose all abilities first. That's the whole point of the first one. Then it dies. Is death triggers really a big deal in Magic the Gathering right now? Like, is that so brutal? Okay, well, we have something to... You know, it could have been just a cleaner... I think it could have been a slightly cleaner design. You just say, lose all abilities and is destroyed. And then it's dead. And I really like this other one, the counter target triggered ability, and also it dies. Because I'm really tired of ETBs. I'm more tired of ETBs than not ETBs. Pedgeman gonna remind everyone. It's gonna tap the sign. Don't forget to pay the ward. Don't forget to pay the ward. Pedgeman is a did you pay the one sort of person. Yeah, handles Fury very well. Handles it perfectly. I like it. 10 out of 10. Sorry, 9 out of 10. This whole 69, 420, I don't think it would go past Wizards. In fact, just that number alone would probably get it disqualified by Mark Rosewater. It's like, we can't print that. You have any idea how corporate is going to handle this thing? They're gonna have my butt on a platter. Okay, before we get any further, remember, we do have a bingo card today. Here's the bingo card. Take a screenshot, because you're the ones who are gonna let me know if we've hit something on the bingo. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm using the full mental capacity to evaluate these magic cards I usually can't evaluate. Would minus 067 be better? Probably. Probably that would fly. Okay, I can only count to 4 cards that many players can relate to. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the casting cost. I don't know how to interpret. Does it cost 10 mana? Because there was, what was it? There was one card. No. There was one card. They didn't have a 10, so they put a 1 and a 0 beside each other. So then this card could technically cost 1,234 mana if we base it on like the old templating of this. I think it was an Arabian Nights card or something. It was Aladdin's Lamp. That's right. I remember that. I can count to 10. Legendary enchantment. Any number greater than 4 becomes 4. That is pretty cool. I have no idea what the ramifications of this card is, but this is a great idea. You know, someone was mentioning in one of the AI videos that they really like the card that limited X. So like, you know, you pay X and X is that amount for the rest of the game or something like that. Maybe they could experiment with the idea, like, okay, so if anyone ever pays for X at max can be like 4. And, you know, so like it can be lower, but it can't be greater than 4. Does it settle life totals to 4 on ETB? Any number greater? I think it only affects anything in play. Anything outside of the battlefield has no influence. Like I don't think there can be a max number of 4 cards in your graveyard, for example, and all future cards go to exile. Because then what happens when they go to exile? Then there's gonna be a max 4 in that exile, where we're gonna make a second exile. So I think it's just gonna be anything that's in play for the most part. Combos with Helix Pinnacle. Does it? I don't know how that works. No creature can be power / toughness 5 or greater. That true? I think that I don't know if it's going to affect that, but I imagine it does. Me count so poor. The sad flavor text. Lily Kazami says, good thing counters aren't a number. Time for Tron. That is correct. The Trons will still add to 7 mana. 100 or more tower counters becomes a requirement of 4 counters. Oh, I see. Helix Pinnacle, 5 mana, win the game card. Well, remember, this might be 1,234 mana, so start saving up. Okay, next super chat, also from Baking Catbug. We got Lorcana Fragment. Is this like a pun on the Disney thing? Lorcana. So it's called Lorcana Fragment. I haven't played the game. I am aware of it. I am aware of a card game called Lorcana, created by Disney. It's got Disney characters in it. Don't know anything else. So this is a 1 mana artifact enchantment. It's got Companion. Oh god. So you can pay 3 mana to put it into your hand from outside the game. Exile a card from your hand. Create a wastes token. You can't play lands this turn. Fair enough. Activate only as a sorcery, only once each turn, and only if you've not played a land this turn. Any player may activate this ability. That is really cool. That is a really cool card. It's bought it. You know what? Actually, this is a pretty interesting card to just start the game with. Like it was a ley line. Like it's just a ley line that starts. That's always in the game. So basically, everyone should never be mana screwed. It's impossible. Every player has the option to just discard a card from their hand or sorry, exile. You actually designed it properly. Discarding might be too strong for some decks. You exile a card from your hand. You get a waste token. A waste is just a land that taps for colorless. So no one could be too complained. I mean, you're gonna curve out. I mean, if you're that, it's not gonna be very good for the 5-color decks, I guess, because you're gonna be really intense on the color mana sources. But at the very least, you're gonna have some lands for everything else. Colorless Rampish is kind of crazy. It's not ramp. Remember, it's not ramp because it very specifically says activate only as a sorcery only once each turn, and only, gotta read the fine print, only if you've not played a land this turn. So you can't play a land drop and then play the Lorcana Fragment. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. We actually need a clause on here that says if you've activated this ability, you cannot play a land drop this turn. Do you know what? This does ramp. So what you can do is you can activate it first, put the wastes in play, and then just play your land from your hand. So it actually does ramp. Noisemare is like, colorless ramps pretty easily with artifacts as well, I'd say. That is true. Yeah, you could put something like you can't play. Oh, sorry. Actually, you're right, Draconic. Yeah, there's even more dotted lines on this thing. You can't play lands this turn. What does that mean? Like, you just can't play lands, period. Right? Or is it only you? Only you can't play lands. Your opponents can. You can't play lands on other turns. Oh, I see. It's only if you've okay, I get it. So you activate the ability, and now you can't play lands this turn. Okay, this has been perfect. Very beautifully designed. Very interesting card. Okay, moving back after understanding that damn thing. I can't read either, apparently. I can read, but I don't remember. I can read, the information that goes through one ear and right out the other. That's just how it is with me. I read too many cards. Okay, next up we got Hallowed Isolationist. This is a 2-mana 2/2 human cleric, flash. Players can't create tokens. That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. I did read it. Okay, whatever. I'll give this. I really shouldn't be giving this to you. It should only apply if I literally misread it. I just forgot. You could have a bingo space. Nikachu forgot. I read it and just went through one ear and right out the other. Yeah, I know. Some people are gonna be very heartbroken. We got Mully Swag with no my tokens. Yeah, that's in. It's not gonna be in every white deck. Some white decks play tokens. They make tokens with Ajani and with Oscillate Pride. They make soldier tokens, human tokens, soldier. Yeah, I think I got soldier tokens. So anyway, so much for our wastes tokens. You're trying to ramp up with those waste tokens. Well, guess what? I got the Hollowed Isolationist. You're gonna be isolated. No wastes for you. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about the treasure tokens. Who gets screwed? Everyone. I think everyone in chat gets screwed. Pedgeman gets screwed on blood tokens. Need to change it to Nikachu misinterprets card. That'd be fair too. That would make me spend a million times more attention on making sure I read the cards properly. Flash makes it scary. Well, I mean, it has to have flash. I mean, it's not going to be any more scary than like Containment Priest. Do you know what? This card deserves to exist. I think this card deserves to exist. We don't have a card like this. And tokens, I wouldn't say it's the most broken thing in the world, but when people are doubling and tripling and quadrupling them, it can get bad. It can get very evil. Artifact tokens get obliterated. Yikes! I was worried about my zombies. Zombie tokens are getting screwed. We've seen a lot of cards like this that have flash, just not with this specific text. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just Containment Priest for tokens. It's got everything's the same. It's a white, it's a generic, it's a 2/2 flash human cleric. What's the difference? Now, make no mistake. I don't know. If you're all in on tokens, I mean, I'm sorry. I guess you're screwed. But, you know, there are decks out there that are all in on the graveyard, and this card just wrecks them anyway. No, make no mistake. I mean, you can kill this thing in response if it was really that big of a deal. We've seen a lot of cards like that, says Transcims, that have flash. Oh, sorry. We looked at this one. Ed Preen should at least cost the same as Doubling Season. Nah, I don't think it has to cost that much. Because the payoff, there's no... I mean, Doubling Season has a giant payoff. This card is useless if you have no tokens. It's just a flash bear. No good. Jess is like Nikachu's pimple is in the past now. That's right. I've got good skin. Noise Marrow, a softer version that reduces multiple tokens made to a single one of those tokens could be more palatable for some tables. Cool effect for sure, though. Oh yeah. So if an effect would make one or more tokens, it makes one instead. Well, what wins? You know what? I think the deal is this card is just outright more powerful because it's like you can't make tokens. Because wouldn't it be a timestamp thing? Like if I play Hollowed Isolationist and you play Doubling Season, then wouldn't your timestamp, I think, win? I'm not sure. Or maybe it'd be like players can't create more than one token or something like that. If an instance of if a player makes a token, they cannot make more than one of those tokens. Really, this is a domain I'm not used to. You know, when I'm playing online and someone's making 1 billion tokens, I just trust that the client just knows what it's doing. I'm just very grateful I'm not playing the game in paper. Some tech cards just ruin decks. It happens. Yes, that's magic. If you don't want to get wrecked, just make it like making a home game where people can only play with precons only. No hosing anybody. Okay, next. Okay, I'll just say I like this card. I like the design. Everybody's a $10 super chat, so we're going to see that after the first sponsor segment of the show. We're gonna look at Tower of Babel. Babel? Huh? It is a meme. Okay, it's a meme design. Building the Tower of, I believe it's Babel. That's why, because we say the term, well, everyone's babbling. 4 mana for an enchantment saga. Scry 1, Chapter 1. Chapter 2, Roba Una Carta. Chapter 3, I have no idea. Chapter 4, I also have 0 idea. Can I even read one character here? Some of them are familiar, but I don't know. Nope. No, I don't know a single character in any of that crap. 100%. Yeah, the higher you go up on the saga, the less you understand. Oh, this is a massive flavor win. And we get that on the bingo card. 3 cheers for bingo for flavor wins. There's the flavor win. Sweet. Yeah, the idea is great. But it's like everybody's worst nightmare. You know, I mean, how many of you out there tolerate playing against foreign language cards? I heard in the casual community they absolutely hate it. You know, in competitive Magic, it's not that bad because the pool of competitive cards are relatively small. So even when somebody brings out foreign cards, usually you know what it is anyway. You know, like if they made German Ragavan, like you'll know what German Ragavan is. All right, it's a red 2/1. It has an ability for a red and 1 generic to give it haste. And you have to bounce it back to your hand at end of turn. When Ragavan deals damage to a player, you get a treasure token. You exile the top card of their library, and you can play it until end of turn. So like you don't, you know, so but in this case, I don't even know what this card is in the first place. In Commander, that anything can happen. Yeah, who's got the Arabic transcripts translation? Anybody out there? Anyone know a little bit of Arabic out there? No? Anyone know the, I'm assuming this is Chinese. Mandarin of some sort. Remember a recent case in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where a card called Orchestrated Babble is perfectly reasonably written in Japanese, but in English causes confusion because it's translated in a weird way. It always happen, yeah. Foreign cards are no different. The text list. You know, yes. I'm actually in the same camp, Bryce. It's basically the same thing. It's like somehow foreign cards, those are bad. That's a no-no. But like zero text cards, those are okay. It's, you know, it's baffling. I guess there's a dissonance between like you look at the card has no text, you don't even try to read it, versus card that has text. You want to read it, you can't. I get, you know, look at this card, makes me feel stupid. Makes me feel stupid. All right, moving on. We have Forced Study. Something I wish I could do. 3-mana enchantment. Spells opponents cast cost 1 more to cast. It's just a taxing effect. Spells. Oh, I see. You have to study, but you don't get to draw the card off of this. This would probably see play. I think this card would see play. It'd just be another taxing card. Oh, and it's a one-sided taxing card on top of that. Yeah, we're gonna force study those languages so I can read that card. Do you pay the 1? Well, they have to pay the 1. If they don't, it's illegal. It's illegal. They're breaking the law. Draconic. Shouldn't this be in white like Thalia? It probably should be. The appropriate color shift would be to make it white 2 generic or something like that. You will pay the 1. You have no choice. It's a Jedi mind trick. You will pay the 1. Okay, we have Lily Kazami says, now white and blue are both tax colors. Well, yeah, but blue's a tax. It's like a soft tax color. Like very often you can ignore it, but there's like a downside to it. Like with a case here with what would be Rhystic Study, whereas with white, it's like, okay, you have to pay that tax, or you ain't allowed to play that spell. But definitely blue is still in the taxing range. It's just usually not as harsh as this. At least I don't know. I can't think of any blue cards off the top of my head that hard taxes other decks, other than like some hosers like Chill. I think Chill is the only thing that I can think of. They gotta bring Chill back. Chill is one of my favorite color hosing cards. Blue is always choice, white is always forced. Propaganda. You see, with propaganda, like, you don't have to attack. It didn't. Well, I mean, maybe propaganda is a pretty good. Maybe that's a decent example. Maybe it's a decent example. Crazy that Rhystic Study did nothing in its time in Standard, because it's a multiplayer card. That's why. So, I mean, in a one-on-one game, the first 3 turns are usually really sensitive. So if you spend, like, turn 3, do nothing, play Rhystic Study, you're going to get smashed! You're going to get smashed so hard to smithereens. If they reprinted Rhystic Study in Standard today, it would suck. It would not see any play. I don't think anyone would play it. Each player would definitely either ignore it or just pay it, and you get nothing out of it. Whereas in multiplayer, it's real. Well, first, 2 things. In multiplayer, there's a lot of players that are going to ignore it. But second off, in multiplayer, you increase the chances someone's going to ignore it, you know? Grand Arbiter is a taxing card. That is that a blue card? Back then, nobody cast a spell. They just recruit the rebels. Oh, that true. That too. It still wins. I don't think it. In my opinion, it's not that good of a standard card. I don't think it would see play. Cool card. It's a throwback to actual Rhystic Study. Next up, we've got Astral Steed. So for 2 mana, it's an enchantment. It's also an aura. Enchant creature. When Astral Steed enters the battlefield, scry 1. Enchanted creature has +1/+1 and has flying. Whatever. It's a card, that's for sure. Are we looking at Hedgeman always likes it when you look at, is it best? I can't remember if it was best or hot. Hedgeman's very particular. Is Hedgeman even here today? Oh, Hedgeman is here. I can't remember, was it best or hot that you like the most? I'm on best right now. I'm also on my best behavior. When Astral Steed enters... This is awful! I mean, it's an aura, sure. It's not particularly exciting. Okay, we got Lesser Hex. For a black, it's an instant. Choose 6 target creatures, then destroy one of them of your choice. I don't get it. You want picking was like, we want hot. All right, I'll move it to hot. What is Lesser Hex supposed to do? Okay, we choose 6 target creatures, then... Oh, is this just like a way of getting around hexproof or something? Because choosing is not the same as targeting, and then destroying one of them of your own choice. Honestly, I think this card stinks. I don't think we should be creating... I mean, this is like the most ultimate removal spell. Oh, I see. You have to choose 6 target. There needs to be 6 creatures in play to make it work. Yes. Yeah, that's the catch that I missed my first time reading the card. Yeah, you have to choose 6 creatures. If you don't choose 6 creatures, if you could say up to 6 creatures, then you could ignore it. Instead, it says choose 6 creatures. So you're not allowed to actually cast this card even for 1 mana if there's not 6 creatures in play. Okay, maybe this is enough of a downside, but you can choose your own creatures. You could choose, I mean, it could be 3 creatures on your opponent's side, 3 creatures on your side, and then kill them. Why not be direct with destroy creature of your choice? Why not be with destroy? No, I think the idea, just with destroy creature of your choice. I guess that they were trying to make it a little bit more cute to get around hexproof and shroud. Maybe, I don't know. I guess you could have been more direct. I'm not a designer of Magic the Gathering cards. I do not know what the limitations are on the language of designing something like this. They're just like, choose 6 target creatures, which gets around hexproof and shroud, and then you can blow them up. So you can't play it turn 1, I guess. That is correct. I gotta wait for the board to populate. That's right. I don't think it's that hard, though, still. Rakdos says, I mean, it is destroy a creature of your choice, but with a board state requirement. It targets... no, it doesn't target, so it does... No. Okay, fine. Where's the word target on it? You show me. Show me the word target. Choose 6. Oh, it does say target. Okay, now that I feel like I didn't interpret that. Okay, then what the hell is the point of this thing? It's a reference to the card Hex. Choose and destroy 6 creatures. I thought the whole point of wording it like this was like choose 6 creatures. Because there are a lot of cards out there that you can choose something that has hexproof or shroud. Yeah, Nikachu can't read twice. What the hell happened there? Did I actually say target creatures? How do I say target and then ignore the damn thing? Can this hit the same creature multiple times or no? I'm assuming no. I assume that's against the spirit of the card. It's a good question for the rules, though. Choose 6 target... It probably should say choose 6 separate target creatures. That would make a little bit of sense. Well, anyway, I don't know what the point of this thing is then. It's just like a really weak card, but it's legal. Okay, we're gonna take a quick shout out to my sponsor today. We got FusionGamingOnline.com. You love custom Magic the Gathering cards, but you also like buying new cards, fresh cards, especially from Lorwyn Eclipse. The deal of the week, save 15% off all sleeves, but don't forget that you can save 5% off on all cards purchased at FusionGamingOnline.com with coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. Okay, let's get... Where am I here? Boop. Okay, well, I'm gonna get this one small one before I get to the big ones, because this came in right before the ad break. Violent Dynamo. And Research Trip. I don't get it. Is these 2 cards? What is this? How much money is this? It was a 75 DKK in USD. Oh, it said it was green. Oh, that's weird. Okay, you're yellow. Sorry, you're at the bottom of the line. You're gonna have to keep waiting. Okay, our first one is actually Elixir with 2 cards for you to rip and tear apart. The post is ERA222. Really sorry about that. Torn VRP. Feel like I gave up your hopes for no reason. Oh, and there's a big dono here actually from Big Mike. Oh, but you're giving one of them is a dono. Okay, I'll get you anyway. Okay, Elixir. Where's the card? Here we go. Grave Shift is a black instant. Exile target player's graveyard. Put each card exiled this way into its owner's graveyard at the beginning of the next end step. The whole graveyard is gone. But then we put each card exiled this way into its owner's graveyard. So we're blinking the graveyard. How can we abuse this in any way? Is it possible? I don't know any cards like when, or I should say, I don't know many cards when it hits the graveyard it triggers. Or maybe there is. So how many cards are out there? But like, do they need to be from the battlefield? How many enters the graveyard effects are there? The better question is, if a creature that gets blinked from the graveyard enters the graveyard, does it actually trigger? Because I feel like a lot of these triggers would only exist because they came from the library, they came from the battlefield. But I mean, I don't know. I guess so. Saves from graveyard. Oh yeah, you could in response. Graveyard phases out. Rakdos says saves from graveyard removal. In theory, so like I surgical extraction. In response, I grave shift. Shift my graveyard somewhere else. I'm gonna take my graveyard elsewhere around here. My graveyard isn't good enough for you, then the graveyard goes bye-bye. There are some cards, such as a Burrow set mechanic from Strixhaven, which react to cards leaving our graveyard. Okay. Ooh, that could be sick. Raptor with Wings says, play this just to be rude to the one guy that plays cards that care about the graveyard order. Oh yeah. Well, then couldn't they just reorder it when it comes back? Actually, I don't know how that would work. They would probably have to update the rule to graveyard order. I think. I don't know anything that like mass removes the graveyard and then you bring it back. Okay, cool. Cool design though. Definitely original. There's so many cards you guys make that you would think Wizards would have like made by this point, but they haven't. Next we have Neheb's Last Stand. Isn't that the god? Does the god lose its head? It's a red legendary enchantment. Play with your hand and the top card of your library revealed. It's like a one-sided telepathy. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. It says, warning, the Eternal has entered. I agree. It is a big-time warning. I think everyone should be very suspicious of this card. Emprez! Hello and Happy New Year, Nikachu, and to all, and have a healthy and safe one. Or we're going to have a great year. The year has already started, and it's a banger. Neheb is just a guy that makes a lot of mana. And now it's going to be less mana. I don't know how to evaluate this card. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. This is very cheap for this type of effect. Usually I think like cost reducers cost at least 2. I don't know any cost reducers that cost 1. So we have 1. But also red usually cares a lot about red mana in the casting cost. And the only downside is you play with your hand in the top of your library revealed. I don't know if that's a big downside. Another way to use Karn the Great Creator. Could be, yeah, could be really strong with Karn the Great Creator. Seems like great donate card. Why would I want to donate this? I honestly think I would just be doing them a favor. Oh yes, Neheb was one of the Amonkhet gods. Yeah, the downside doesn't feel real to me at all. I could be down with something like your like maximum hand size is reduced by 4, something like that. So if you play this on turn 1, you're gonna discard a few cards from your hand in exchange for like ramping stuff out fast. I don't know how else to stop. I don't know how else to balance this. I think this would be very balanced in Commander, where maybe if everyone knows exactly what you can do, they'll all gang up on you and kill you. But in one-on-one, I don't think this matters. You know, not that a Tron deck would play this, but there's a lot of combo decks. Like, you can see what they have in their hand. They'll just smash you with it anyway. There is a downside, though. You are spending a card to put this thing in play, and it doesn't really do anything by itself. The downside does kind of read as, I show you my Storm combo before I cast it. Correct. But you know, they could actually play this. Okay, I'll tell you how these things work. Whenever I'm up against, like, Goblin... Like, let's say I'm up against a Storm deck. They will sandbag the cost reducer before they combo. And they'll be like, okay, here's my hand. And maybe that makes it a little bit easier for you to play your interaction. But I probably got it in the bag anyway. And this would help. And on it, this would help Storm decks combo on turn 2. Because they would just like play the... Oh yeah, okay, I just forgot. No way. I just realized that how powerful this would be on turn 2 in a Storm deck. They would literally just combo off on turn 2 constantly. So you have Neheb's Last Stand turn 2, and then Storm off. Ritual, Past in Flames, everything else. Jess asks, are you on a laptop, Mac, or Windows? I am now, and last year I was on a Windows PC. Now I'm on a Mac laptop. Yeah, it does. I think in the end it does danger. So this goes to the rank. Next, let's get Big Mike, because Big Mike came with big super chat. Oop. Happy Wednesday, doing $10 for 2 cards and $10 for a dono for whoever else. Oh, people love freebies. Doing some R&D oldies. The Gataxian Shot. What is that? Gut Shot and Gataxian Probe combined. Gataxian Shot. I didn't spell that right. And Lifelink, thanks for posting both in the same post. Okay, I'm going to keep your post up, and we're going to give that $10. We're going to give those $10 late at the end of the show. Gataxian Shot. So, okay, I know Gataxian Probe, look at someone's hand, and Gut Shot, deal 1 damage to any target. So we got, and they're both one Phyrexian, so we've combined them both. Gataxian Shot deals 1 damage to any target. Look at that player's. Look at that player's. It's supposed to be look at that player's hand or that permanent controller's hand. Oh, I see. Look at that player or permanent controller's hand and draw a card. This is probably insane. It's probably insane. I would lean on believing this is broken. I'm not entirely sure. I would lean that it's broken. This would be so crazy if I can, even for 1 mana and 2 life, I kill off an Oscillate Pride and I look at my opponent's hand and I draw a card off at the same time. I would love this card to exist. Don't get me wrong. I would print it today. I will buy foil copies in Japanese. But unfortunately, I know that this is just probably supremely broken, especially at the it's sort of like the low cost of 4 life too. Well, now you can proxy. Well, I could just see myself going to a modern night at my local game store and ask each of my opponents, hey, can we like rule 0 in this like Gataxian Shot? Is that okay with you? I don't think it would be okay with them. Next up, we have a card actually my brother has always been talking about. My brother has foreseen that one day there will be QR codes on all the Magic cards, and you can just look up the rules or look up an even extended version of the card with the QR code, or even better art or 3D art. So we have lifelink, a white instant. Scan the QR code or visit rnd.cards/lifelink. You gain that much life. But like, why do we have to do that? Can't you just... Well, what's the limit? Can you gain like 100 life off of this? Visiting a website goes on the stack and can be responded to until that site loads. It's weird. Bacon Cat lives dangerously. Loves clicking on random links and so on. Fred is a clear 40 minutes into the past or something, or maybe 20 minutes. There needs to be 6 creatures on the field to use it. Thanks for letting us know, Fred. I'll let you know that they helped us. Let's go gambling. We don't have... Well, it's not that big of a deal. I think using the... Well, hopefully the QR code doesn't steal all your money. That would be big-brained if some... Don't... like, is this like a plausible QR code? Someone donates to me and turns out this, like, I don't know, hacks your bank account and takes all your money. Or makes you pay for something that you didn't want to. In the future, all cards will be QR codes you can spend money on to improve their stats. Oh my god! Now, then the pay to win has just begun with that idea. It's just begun. The QR code actually works. It visits the same site. Trent Sims is sending a message to Fred in the past that you can click. You can click the button that says live. There's like a gray or red button when you're watching live, and you can click it to like zoom into the future. But maybe Fred wants to watch the whole show from beginning to end. You know, some people like to do that too. Thank you so much for your super chat, Big Mike. Cool cards. This card probably would not get past Wizards of the Coast, but you know, it's a cool thing to speculate on. Okay, we got Rooney Rockman. What do you got for us today? Happy first custom stream of the year. New year means branching out into other things to adapt. Trying my hand at Xenoblade custom cards. Starting with Melia. Antica Revised. Okay. Whoa, that's a custom card. Yeah, we'll look at your other one later. Do you have anything else to say? Nope. Okay, got a shulk. Melia Antiqua is a 4-mana, 2/4 bird human. Well, where's the feathers? Where's the feathers? Where's the wings? I would say this card this fails as a bird, more human than bird. Tap, choose one, create a token named Ether with those characteristics. Token with what? Oh, I see. I think it's like with the following characteristics. A red enchantment with creatures you control get +2/+0 and have first strike. A blue enchantment with creatures you control get +0/+2 and have ward 1. A white enchantment with creatures you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. Believe it or not, I don't think this is that crazy. Even though you get only one of these. I think you could get all of them. I don't think it would be nuts. And the reason is because this creature is very clunky. It's at 4 mana. And you have to wait until next turn to even activate this. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice X Ether tokens you control. When you do, melee deals twice X damage to any target. Oh, okay. So that's probably why we don't want to make too many of these things. It's interesting. Like, you make an anthem and you can, like, shoot somebody in the face with it. Pidgeman says, that's not very useful. Reminds me of that anime about angels who had the wings on the head, too. Oh, there's wings on... Oh, I see. The wings are on the head. The wings. Yeah, practically speaking, I don't know. Your hat is more likely to fly away than your head. Or is it the idea is the wings are just glued to the head? Breaks the laws of physics. But. It's magic. It's magic, everybody. Bingo, wordy card. Absolutely. It's very, very Yu-Gi-Oh! Like. Where's our... Is it literally say Yu-Gi-Oh card somewhere here? Where's Yu-Gi-Oh card? I don't see it. Where is the wordiness to it? 5+ words custom. Oh, here we go. Wordy card. I agree. We found it. And by we, I mean me. I found it. Okay, but we have another one from Rooney Rockman with Shulk. Oh, Shulks. The heir to Monado. Now, this is a 3-mana 1/3 human artificer. Whenever an opponent draws a card, have a vision. Look at the top card of your opponent's library, then scry 2. Interesting. So they're allowed to draw a card first, and then after that, you stack their deck. Isn't that just broken? Look at the top card of your opponent's library, then scry 2. Oh, you scry 2. Sorry. Okay. You. No, it's not fail. No. I think it's the idea is we are just going to take a peek-see at their deck, but we're not going to manipulate anything. We're actually just going to scry from our side. Otherwise, it would say Fate Seal. Yeah, you know, when you read it the first time, it feels like, okay, we can manipulate the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Because otherwise, it would just say scry 2 of your opponent's deck, right? Is it too late to get a freebie? It's too early, Anna. The show hasn't even been an hour. Wait an hour and probably the freebies are going to come out. Yeah, you look into the future and then manipulate. Yeah, we manipulate our deck. Okay, that's cool. That's actually good. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, why can't we look at the top card of our opponent's deck more often? Just to know, like, what's going on here. I think that's a good idea. Maybe blue should have more of that. Or I don't know, maybe it's going to be too broken for blue. Not that we should manipulate the top of their deck. The Damn Draw says, I think I have a vision. Could be shortened to Envision. Maybe, yeah. I don't think anyone's taken Vision as a mechanic, though. Spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is the number of times you've had a Vision this turn. Okay, so if anyone's drawing... If any of your opponents are drawing cards on your turn, your cards cost less mana. That's also a very original card. This is pretty neat. Like, both effects are fresh and original. And I really like this idea of... okay, my spells cost less for as long as you're trying to draw cards on my turn, which is, like, honestly, it's a bit random. It's going to be a disadvantage for anyone trying to draw cards. And I guess maybe you can force people to draw cards. We all draw cards, and my cards cost less. Draconic with the custom bingo. Absolutely. For Vision. There it is. Custom keyword. We give it to Skulk. Nice card. All right, next up. We got a lot of people. We got Noise Marrow. Welcome to the show, Noise Marrow. Oops. It's not what I was trying to click. First God's Forge, Demon Envy, and a dono for chat. Oh, more donos. Hear that, Anna? Well, I have to give you a serious super chat sound effect here. First God's Pharaoh. Sorry, First God's Forge and Demon Envy. Okay, we're gonna keep that dono up. Gotta remember that dono. First, we're gonna look at First God's Forge. It's a legendary land. I love legendary lands. Tap, add a red for each instant and sorcery spell you control. The hell does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, Temperan's also living 40 minutes into the past. That's fine. It's all good. They'll catch up eventually. Hello, Temperans. Talking to Temperans in the past from the future. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only way I was interpreting it, Trent Sims. Like, it's like, I guess for each instant we have on the stack, this could be... Just trying to think of like how easy it is to break. It might be really hard because it's really hard for ritual decks to have a lot of spells on the stack at once. Tap in the middle of a counterspell battle. Well, it has to be... Well, I don't know how useful that is in a counterspell battle. That probably means it's not your turn. Is it an AI card? Feels so... Maybe. Crazy mana if you're storming off. Well, that's the question. How do you do it? So, like, I was thinking of that too. But what that means is you've got, like, a ritual. Because usually the rituals, they're cast one at a time so that you can get the mana to cast the next one. So it have to be some weird situation where you already have a lot of mana and then you cast, like, a ritual, and then you play... And then you tap First God's Forge. It might be balanced in the sense that it's useless. Like, without any instants or sorceries on the stack. Trukonic says maybe it should also have tap to add a colorless. Well, then maybe it's too free. To be honest, maybe this card needs a boost. I don't know. This card could be crap without any, like, actual specific help. Make it equal to the storm count. No, you know, Anna, I don't want to help Storm all that much. I don't feel like doing that. It's a top tier deck right now in Modern, in Legacy. It's a good deck, right? It's a good deck as it is. Not really looking to buff. The last thing I need to worry about from a Storm deck is the freaking lands that they're playing now. This works with the enchantment that says sorcery spells as if they had flash. Maybe. Are you in the future or the past? I can't tell. I'm getting the sense that Temperance is, like, making comments in the past, but they're actually marginally related to cards in the future. So anyway, it probably is fine. I would guess that this card's fine. I think it seems really hard to use, and the downside is really high because it doesn't add mana otherwise. The Demon of Envy. Don't be jealous either. This is 8 mana for a 4/4 demon. Affinity for creatures your opponents control. Okay, cool. Flying in haste. Whenever an opponent draws a card, except the first one they draw during their turn, you may pay 1 life and draw a card. Whenever a land an opponent controls enters, if that player had another land enter under their control this turn, create a treasure token. You know what, like, really sells me on this card? I really like the affinity for creatures your opponents control. So if your opponent is being greedy, then this card reasonably costs 4 mana for all of this. A 4/4 flying haster. But if you have no creatures, this is like a complete wasted clunker in your hand. Or in your deck, frankly. Envy is a good name for this. Why? Because you're envious of the creatures that they have? The whole card just punishes greed. Yeah, I guess so. The Punisher of Greed. The Equalizer. So if you draw a card except the first one, you may pay 1 life, and I also get to draw a card. You're not the only one that draws cards around here. The Grixis way to make balance. I like it. Or to make, I guess you make equality. So, and if they get extra lands, you get the treasure token. These cards are usually white, but it's fine. I think... So the card draw can come from black. The haste comes from red. And I don't know, maybe also the red makes the token as well. Okay, cool card. That makes a whole lot of sense. And thanks for your super chat. We'll donate it to somebody later. Trent Sims. 2 more RuneScape cards. We got Sara Domin and Zamorak. All right, we got Saradomin, God of Order. This is a 4-mana 6/6 god, Defender, Vigilance, and Indestructible. But it's a god card, so somehow we have to get rid of the Defender. Whenever you cast a spell with an even mana, scry 1. That feels like such a Magic the Gathering, like a wizard's ability. Like, okay, if you cast something with even mana cost or an odd mana cost, they'd like to do that every so often. Then we got Rune Crafting. Whenever you scry or surveil, you gain 2 life and draw a card. Saradomin can attack this turn as though he didn't have Defender. This ability only triggers once each turn. So when you scry or surveil, you gain 2 life. That sounds really broken. Scry. That is so much. And it can attack. I think this is broken. I really don't like that. It's funny. Sorry, max I can do is 1,000. Can't you donate in another currency? Is that not possible? Yeah, this card is supremely busted. There are so many cards out there that scry and surveil, and you're gonna like draw cards and gain life off of all of them. This is the ultimate, like, win the game. I'm gonna play this Saradomin on my turn. You gotta win the game, because if you don't, you lose horribly. Not to mention, I think the best play with this type of card is just wait till you get to 5-6 mana, play Saradomin, and immediately get value with like opts and ponders. Would opt and ponder work? No, actually, no, it won't. It's got to be like, yeah, it's got to be opt. It's got to be, and some surveil cards. It's so broken. It's so unbelievably broken. There is a reason it's only once each turn. What does that even matter in this game? Okay, once my turn, once your turn. That's 4 life and 2 extra cards, right? This ability only triggers once each turn. It only needs to trigger once each turn. It should just trigger once, period, and never again. And then if you're in a super multiplayer game, they can trigger 4 times. So you can trigger on your turn, trigger on their turn, trigger on their turn, trigger on their turn, and then back to you. It scries by itself too when you cast an even spell. That's right. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Why does it have Defender if it can attack? Well, a lot of the gods had this clause, like it can't attack, and then you have to do something to get it to attack. Although I would say the bar for getting this thing to attack is so incredibly low. This is too strong. This is way, way, way too strong. Dump the draw a card. And that probably is maybe okay. Maybe. With the hyperinflation of Argentina. That is like 68 cents USD. What the hell? Yeah, let's take a look. I was just donated from Argentina. 1,000, I guess, Argentinian something in USD. No, that's good. Oh, sorry, no, I looked up 10,000. I can't give this to you. It's 68 cents. Oh my god, your currency is just nosediving, according to Google. Okay, we figure something out. I mean, you literally need a freebie. Okay, I will promise you a freebie from the donations. I'll promise you a freebie. That's what you paid for. You paid to steal one of the donations. Okay, before we get to, we're gonna look at more of these custom. Hold on, we have to get to your second card. We do have a second card. But not before we talk our other sponsor today. We got Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. I love Mana Traders. I play on Magic Online, the digital client that lets you play all paper formats, whether it be Commander, Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, and more. Everything that you can think of, it probably is on Magic Online. But you don't have to buy the cards. You rent the cards with Mana Traders because it's easier that way. It may not always be the cheapest option, but it's the cheapest option to play every single card in existence. You could support the channel using coupon code Nikachu_58B for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. All right, back to the business. Okay, we have Zamorak, God of Discord, which is funny. Is it the god of this Discord? Rixizu says, did he mean to give 10,000 Argentine pesos? That's probably breaks the bank. Possibly. It's a red super chat. Can't blame them for their country's bad currency. So yeah, it's weird that YouTube can't convert it, and they do. I mean, I'm gonna get the pesos in the form of Canadian dollars. Okay, Zamrak, 5 mana for a 7/5 god. Again, as defender, it's got flying, it's got indestructible. Now, whenever you cast a spell with an odd mana value this time, we surveil 1. Rune crafting, whenever you scry or surveil, target opponent loses 2 life and discards a card. That at least is maybe a little palatable. Zamrak can attack this turn as though it didn't have defender. This ability only triggers once each turn. Do you accept Tim Hortons gift cards? I wouldn't. My brother would, though. My brother's the type of person that would accept that as a cash payment. You know what? Probably I would. I actually eat a lot of donuts from Tim Hortons. Love that. I won't be getting any donuts. I'm not going to get any donuts for a few months because I have like an infinite amount of candy and chocolate I got from Christmas. And cookies. Cookies all over the place. So I gotta work all that through my system over the next 3 months. I'm going to be back to the donuts. I personally love the coconut donuts. The coconut is not everyone's taste, but I love coconut donuts. I think this card might also be broken. This one's a little bit more legal. First off, if your opponent has an empty hand, well, they can't have an even more empty hand than 0. Also, in red and black, it is so much harder to enable Scry and Surveil. Because in the blue-white one, that's easy. That's like blue's cup of tea. They were born to scry and surveil, frankly. We have Ed Preen, the top up for the peso player. Thank you very much, Ed Preen. Okay, we'll definitely look at Argentina. So we'll save another dono for the someone else, but this dono will go directly to. I believe it's just Argentina. Argentina, the player, and also the country. Are you like literally the whole country? The whole country is on this in this chat. It surveils on its own too. Well, only if you play an odd mana cost. Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I just made this whole thing. Oh, it's so hard to surveil and scry in black and red. Well, not with this card. It's like really easy to pull off. So basically, it will deal. It does something like deal 2 damage every turn. That's all. This is actually better. Okay, this is not nearly as broken. It's a strong card, and mind you, this actually is more expensive. It's a little bit easier. Defender, flying, and indestructible. Unfortunately, can die to dismember. The abilities and flavor are cool, but I didn't get the sense that these cards were balanced around the starting point of being indestructible blockers with all the upside to boot. You know what would make this a lot more balanced is if you just got rid of the free scry or surveil. Like it says, basically it says like it doesn't have defender. Because it's so easy to play around that. You'd literally have to be empty-handed, and you'd have to hope to top deck the wrong card. They hope to top deck the right card so you get to attack. Maybe it matters in practice. Maybe it matters. This card's a 7/5 though. It's pretty big. It's a big creature. Deal 2 and discard is pretty nasty. I don't think it's that bad. A lot of decks could have their hand empty by the time that you actually play this. And in a multiplayer game, it's a lot harder to make great value out of discard because there's like 3 people that you can target. And losing 2 life, it's just basically like lose 2 life every turn. Or like maybe lose 4 life every turn, 2 on my turn, 2 on your turn, if it's a 1-on-1 game. Rune crafting needs to be in italic. 0 out of 10 disqualified. I don't know anything about I don't know anything about this world. What was it called? RuneScape? Runeterra? I don't remember. Sorry about that. Would they both be fair if they couldn't trigger themselves? Not the blue-white one. It doesn't need to trigger itself to be broken. This one, I think the effect is not so crazy. The blue-white one was insane. There was no way you can. The player will completely run away with the game. they protect themselves way too much. They can gain 4 life per rotation in a one-on-one game. They can gain even more if it's not. They could gain, in theory, even more. Okay, anyway, so I can let this one pass. First one is a hard no, though. Next, we got Raktus in the house. Welcome, Raktus. Time for some more anime representation. Oh, we need to get that off on the bingo card. We got Mao Mao. Is that like kitty kitty? Mao Mao. And Boji, the strongest. Look at this. Look at that, Pedgeman. You got some competition here, Pedgeman. You've started a trend. This is pretty neat. All right. I love the animated cards. We have a 3-mana. This is definitely going... We'll get the bingo card, but this is definitely going to qualify as a anime card. 3 mana for a 1/3 human advisor, Death Touch. Whenever Mao Mao enters the battlefield or deals combat damage to a player, investigate. That's cool. And then pay 2, crack a clue. Sacrifice a clue. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of clues you control. I think this is just a clean design. Very clean, very straightforward, fine value, not too broken. Like you didn't make it like a 2020 or anything like that. Osif is a huge fan of the series. Is this an actual anime? Mao Mao, unassuming apothecary. She is eating poison. Well, that's not good. Don't eat the poison. You don't need to. Well, she doesn't die in this in the text box. The answers are always in the details others ignore. True story. Okay, I like this card. And next up, the anime is Apothecary Diaries. It's genuinely fantastic. We got a lot of weebs in the house. I should probably watch some of these things so I can better understand my audience. Next, we got Boji. Where is Boji? The strongest. Oh, it is moving. Excellent. 10 out of 10 for movement. We ever get this on the bingo card. We have officially an anime card. There it is. Okay, Boji the strongest is a 3-mana 0/4 half giant prince. Doesn't look like a half giant at all. Doesn't look like a giant period. This is a very small person. It looks like a little child. 3 mana for 0/4. Persist. Also has empathy. Whenever Boji is dealt damage, put a +1/+0 counter on him and you gain 1 life. That is unique. Also has unseen strikes. Boji can't be blocked by creatures with power greater than his toughness. Royal example. Whenever Boji attacks, other attacking creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of +1/+0 counters on Boji. Okay, you lost me on the third one. So it attacks other creatures. Okay, so basically you make the other creatures just as big as this one. So you do need to deal damage to this card first, or otherwise you don't get the royal example. You don't get the royal sampler. Bingo on creature type. You want the bingo on creature type? All right. Is it on new creature type? It is a half giant. I guess half giant is new. Do we really want +1/+0 counters in the game? They already exist. They already exist. They're old. They're unusual. Not common whatsoever. Are they? Is that where they're from? Frankenstein's monster counters? They're back, baby. They're back and they're better than ever. My background works as a crappy Magic Eye picture. I never thought of it that way. I will try not to look at it that way. I know what you're talking about, though. I used to love Magic Eyes when I was a kid. +1/+0 and +(-1/-1) counters on the same card is very confusing. Absolutely. Deal with it. Do it. It's math. You gotta do the math, people. We have to do better than this, chat. We need to be able to count beyond 4. All right, we have to count beyond 4. We can't be locked behind the we can't be locked behind the power of algebra. Okay, Rakta says he's a half giant that had his giant half stolen from him. He's from Ranking of Kings. Interesting. Well, he's got the motivation of a king. He's got the I mean, you know what? He's very motivated. I love the card. Okay, this is definitely gonna be a pass. I think it's well designed too. Next up, we got the damn draws with ethereal lands. Okay. And I assume they're all somewhat similar. So these are 5 cards, but so long as all the cards are basically the same, we can go through the entire series. Ethereal Woodland. It is a forest. Now that means you can fetch it out. Could be broken. Tap for a green. Basic non-forest cycling. You just broke my brain. Discard this card. Search your library for a basic non-forest land card. Reveal and put in your hand. Oh, so what? I can find islands with this card? That's the idea? So I can find anything that's not an island. But it's not like I can put this in a Grixis deck because it taps for a green, and that would be awkward. It would be super awkward. And also, I need a green actually to pay for it. This is a weird card. But I guess it's fine. It works. And I guess that's the same for all of them, right? We've got basic and non-island cycling from the ethereal islet. We have the ethereal marshland, the ethereal mountain range, and the ethereal prairie. What was the name for the first one? The ethereal woodland. Yeah, it's Ash Barrens, but adds green and can't cycle for a forest. It cycles for anything except for a forest. It's actually a little clunky to cast because you need to have a green source in play. You can discard this card, but the green source needs to be in play already. And yeah, then you're finding something of the other color. I guess, you know what? If you're only playing a 2-color deck, this probably works, but it's still like more clunky than just playing with like fetch land. So the design is really safe. It's a super safe design. And also, everyone loves Ash Barrens, right? Look how many people love Ash Barrens. Do you know what's the problem, though? They're all labeled as rares. So it's not like Pauper can even take advantage of this. Cycling cost should be 1 or 2 colorless. Oh, maybe. So like any deck can play this like quite comfortably. It's already better than the cycling lands printed. I don't know. Is it? Maybe. Honestly, I would rather just get a random card. No, this is perfect with you needing its color already. It's interesting. Strictly better than a basic. Well, it's not a basic land though. But Wizard Coast doesn't care about that anymore. No, it's not strictly better. You're still affected by Harbinger of the Seas. You're affected by Back to Basics. You're affected by Blood Moon. So the card itself is still a basic land, and you are punished by all the non-basic land hate. You do get a land in the graveyard, though. Yeah, I guess so if that matters. For some people. You Crucible of Worlds people. That could do good stuff for you in the right deck. Oh, the right deck will definitely make some use out of this thing. All right, what do we got next? We got trying to get an order of the big super chats. Raptor with Wings. Necrozma. This is a very Wizards of the Coast name. Sounds exactly what Wizards would say. And Grodin Seismic Titan. So we are going to kick it off with Necrozma, the Blinding One. This is a 6-mana 3/6 dragon avatar. Whenever Necrozma, the Blinding One, deals combat damage to a player, choose a creature, artifact, or enchantment that player controls. it becomes an enchantment aura attached to Necrozma. With enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and loses all their abilities, card types, and creature types. Oh, I see. So we're going to buff up their creature, but it's going to become sort of a nothing. Auras attached to Necrozma have Exalted and Totem Armor. So we deal damage to them, and we can also... This doesn't even have flying. This is a dragon with no flying. What happened? The wings get clipped or something? Dracon is like, finally a dragon! I've been summoned! When a dragon sees another dragon at a bar, it's like, hey, looking at you. Is this bingo other TCG adaptation? I don't know. I don't know what this is from. Is it from something very specific? What's the game? You steal something that becomes an aura? How does that work? You deal damage to a player. You choose a creature, artifact, or enchantment that player controls. It becomes an enchantment aura. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, we're stealing, and it becomes... it just becomes a 1/1. Oh, I didn't even... Yeah, that's correct. Oh, is this from Pokemon? Is this like the first time anyone's tried to adapt like a Pokemon into a Magic the Gathering card? Maybe it's happened many times, but it just completely blew over my head. Yeah, this is definitely a other TCG adaptation. Definitely counts. I have no problem with this. You actually, it's going to be a little bit of work because this creature has no evasion or trample. And so I really have to salute. I really actually have to salute you for making this card so fair. Whereas other creators would say, well, it's unblockable, so like there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? It's actually very vulnerable for the immense powerful ability that it has. You are literally using the Pokemon music where it's from. Am I? I don't know where this thing is from. You know, I just like this. I just like the music. Well, it's perfectly timed, I guess. Is it from the game, or is this like exactly like the part of the game that you would find this Pokemon? Turk says, I thought Luris was a Pokemon when I first saw it. Might as well have been. Could have been inspired by one. The Damn Draw says there have been several attempts at Pokemon cards. Some used mutate, some used level up counters. The problem is I only know like 151 Pokemon or 152 Pokemon like Stone Cold Hard. Like I did play Sword and Shield, but I can't say like I remember any of those Pokemon. Maybe very few. My memory for Pokemon is like very poor now, even though I really enjoyed that game. It's from Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. I can't mention it, but you can look away as I comment. Well, I'm not playing the game at the moment. Also, it's not a big deal for me. Spoilers are not a big deal for me. Now I know 153. Well, not really. Look, I'm gonna click away from this thing and it's gone. See, it's gone. It's out of my memory bank. If you offered me $1 million to remember this card's name just a few seconds ago, I'd fail miserably. Okay, we got Groudon, Seismic Titan. Very seismic. It's a lot of mana. It's 8 mana for an 8/8. It's a dinosaur incarnation. Ward, sack a land or discard a land card. That's doable. You know what? Of all the wards, this is actually the most payable. I will gladly discard my land card. Lands you control enter the battlefield untapped. Okay, so this benefits your lands. And also we have landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if can produce red mana. Do we have is there a learn grammar here? We do have learn grammar. We do have learn grammar for if If can produce red mana, we have Groudon, Seismic Titan, deals 1 damage to each opponent. If it can produce white mana, see, the thing was corrected on the second time around. Put a +1/+1 counter on Groudon. If it can produce green mana, add 1 mana of any color. You don't lose this mana at the end of phases or turns. This is a very well designed card. It's very funny though. I find cards that are really expensive make it even easier for you to, I don't know, ramp and use your mana. It's like lands you control enter the battlefield tapped. Great. I already have 8 mana, but I could use even more mana. I want that Lotus Field to come into play untapped. Team Rocket stole a word. And they're blasting off again! If it can produce red mana, why not do? That's right! Why not do? Doesn't lose mana at end of turn? Was that what it said? You want it to float mana? Boost white mana. Oh, you don't lose this mana at the end of phases or turns. That's correct. You don't lose the mana. You don't get the mana burn either. Not that there is any mana burn. Just says, I'm not going to point out the bingos. That's for you guys. Also, Nikachu, a grammar bingo. Well, you know what? That one was easy to catch. Because I actually had to read it out. Anyway, this is a nice card. We have a beautiful adapted Pokemon card. Next up, we have one of the handsomest raccoons. Maybe the most handsomest raccoon in the house. Steve Cooper. Offerings to Mossya Lepro. The hell is this? What is this? SC version 2 and 1 dono to Pegman. Hear that, Pegman? You got at least 1 dono coming to you. Okay, offerings to Mossya Lepro is a green legendary enchantment. Exile 2 basic lands you control. That sounds terrible. Search your library for a land card, put onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. That is a very serious card. Well, Dark Depths loves this card, so you always get that combo. How is this just a mega land combo enabler? Exile 2 oh no, but it has to be basic lands you control. Okay, so it just can't be anything. Unless you're just like mono green with 1 Dark Depths and 1 Thespian Stage or something. It's probably fair. Well, you exile land cards. Basic land cards. Nice flavor text. We found the promised land, but at the cost of our homeland. It's deep. Goes very, very deep. I don't really have anything to say. I think this is a very nice card. It's honestly, it is the type of card. It could be broken. Don't get me wrong, it could be broken. It has no restriction. You can exile as many basic lands as you want. In a ramp deck, this could be in theory could be problematic. I'm assuming this is fine. Does Earthbend break it? I thought Earthbend is if the card is it when it leaves the battlefield or if it goes to the graveyard? Because these lands are getting exiled. Could it still wreck in a landfall deck? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I like the effect. I like the originality of it. I'm just hoping. Don't be broken. Don't be the reason no one can beat a tabernacle or something. You know what I mean? Because you could at will. Okay, well, sack 2 lands, get a tabernacle. All right, sacked. I'm ready to win. Sack 2 lands, get Dark Depths. But the more non-basic lands you shove in a type of deck like this, the harder it is to enable offerings to Mossya Lepro. 2 basics for a Cradle. Probably this deck is not playing a lot of creatures. Just gonna take a guess. Earthbend returns from exile. Okay. Damn, they're right. Earthbending returns the land no matter what. All right, so we have an infinite money machine glitch. This, what's the penalty? So it's basically 2 basic lands gets the whole deck out. Damn. Okay, it's broken. How do we design this so that Earthbend does not? Oh, you know what you could do? Or I don't know, phase 2 basic lands out? No, that doesn't work. How do we do this without Earthbend breaking this in half? I don't even, or I mean, maybe the only other option is you have to add a lot more mana to this type of card. Like you make it, I don't know, 6 mana or something. Because otherwise, we're just getting every land in our deck. That's all that's going to happen. Put it on 4 mana, legendary creature, wizard's favorite fix. Yeah, that's right. Look, you can kill it. And it's not coming out until, like, at earliest turn 3. It's only broken with Earthbend. Only! Oh, yeah. Dark Depths is fine. Dark Depths is fair. It's only broken with Thespian Stage. But the problem is that only exists. Also, there's a lot of Earthbending cards. There's a lot of Earthbending cards. There's only one offerings to Mossio Lipro, though. Okay, I am going to very... but probably it's probably too strong. I mean, unless all those Earthbending cards suck. I can't verify it, though. But we just acknowledged it's like an auto combo. Or does the Earthbending happen on the stack? But it's probably still too strong. I'm back. Oh, we did my card. You were not here the entire time, Steve Cooper. We just talked about it for like 6 minutes. No lies. When did we start talking about this card? Around Anna. So this was at 4:33. So we've been talking about it for 4 minutes. So our conclusion, it might be completely broken. Noisemaro is right. We are discussing the rules. That is some quality rules discussion. Ta-da! Steve Cooper's like, I forgot Earthbend exists, honestly. I have no idea how you're going to accommodate that. Okay, probably broken with Earthbend. Next, we're going to go to... who has any other big super chats left? Oh, yeah, we do have. From GM! What is this all about? Gore-Tex jacket. Only one card? Actually, don't know what is 10 New Zealand dollars. What is 10 New Zealand dollars in USD? Oh, it's like $6. Oh, well, it was yellow, so I got confused. That's fine. We'll look at it. Gore-Tex jacket is a 2 mana artifact equipment. When Gore-Tex jacket enters enters. Yeah, I forgot. It's enters now. You may destroy target artifact or enchantment. Oh. That is, it's probably broken. It's too cheap for like an artifact and for like generic artifact or enchantment destruction. So when it enters, you destroy a target artifact or enchantment. If you do, its controller gains control of Gore-Tex jacket and can attach to a creature they control. Oh, okay. Reading the whole card makes the card way more fair. Equipped creature gets +1/+6, ward 2, and can block an additional creature. Good God. And equip for 2. Look at you. You can't even turn around in that thing. Gore-Tex? I've never heard of this jacket. It's a Flickr staple. And they keep getting the jacket. Well, I mean, so long as you can flicker other people's stuff. Noisemaro says, this is a reference to puffy jackets knocking over stuff and breaking it. Then I say flavor win. I hope these jackets are warm because I always think people look like the Michelin Man in them. Like when I see this, where is this? The Michelin Man. Let me get you a picture. I looked up Michelin Man and all it is pictures of this jacket on Google. That's so weird. Okay, so yeah, this will work. So here we go. This is all I see when I see this type of jacket. I can't undo what I see too. They usually are. Like, I mean, I have no doubt that this thing is very warm. It looks like it was designed to be warm. Behold! This should be just the new picture to this card. Everyone will get their cards altered to this thing. Now that New York is a plane, I figured a Seinfeld card is fair game. Oh, absolutely. Is this a Seinfeld card? Was this Seinfeld? I've seen a lot of Seinfeld cards. I've seen a lot of Seinfeld when I was a kid. I don't remember this episode. Gore-Tex, the brand, we'll get Nike Supreme Secret Lair next. Yeah, that's right. Nike could use the help too. Okay, cool card, actually. Yeah, very balanced. Super balanced, in fact. Some people want to abuse it with blinking. I don't know if they'll be successful. Next up, we got Kano. Thank you so much, Kano, with your super chat. Marshall Stacker. The Pentecost and Lotus Seeds. You got it, Kano. Who the hell is that? Marshall Stacker It looks like Jax to me. Although it looks like everything's made out of metal, whereas Jax is like only the arms are made out of metal. No, what the hell? I was just thinking, Jax from Mortal Kombat got both his arms ripped off, so he's got these big metal arms. And I was like, well, in what circumstance would the whole body become metal? Well, maybe his head got cut off, but then wouldn't he have died? But I guess, you know, it's a movie, so, you know, anything can happen. Okay, so this is someone called, it's Idris Elba. It's Passum Rim card. That's Idris Elba. I have no idea who this is. Okay, for white, it's a 2/2 human soldier pilot. Marshall Stacker Pentecost crews vehicles as though his power were 4 or greater. Now, for 3 mana, put a -1/-1 counter on Marshall Stacker Pentecost. Counter target spell named Apocalypse or creature spell with power 4 or greater. That is very, very specific. It's an American mecha movie, basically. Oh, that's the type of world we can live in like 5 years. We're so close to some weird future that we only imagined in comic books from like 50 years ago. We're just getting through all the the $10 super chats, and we're gonna get through all the $5 super chats. Then of course we're gonna get through all the freebie super chats. I would cast Idris Elba as Jax in a Mortal Kombat movie, to be honest. Oh, is it the actor or the character? I'll have to look this up. Idris Elba. Oh, it's that's the actual person. It just looked like I thought that was like that was the character. The actor is Idris Elba. The actor and rapper was in Luther, A House of Dynamite, Heads of State, Hijack, The Wire, Fast and Furious. Well, that's why I don't know who this person is. I've never seen any of these movies. I haven't seen a single movie. You know, honestly, I haven't watched a whole lot of movies lately. I'm a completely uncultured swine at this point. You want a free donation, Bryce? All right, I'll make sure that you get a free donation. There's like, I think 3 up for grabs so far. So 1 for Anna, 1 for Bryce for sure. Bingo! We got 5 cards in the card type. You better believe it. Okay, we got 5 cards in card type. There we go. Did I get it? You got one directly from Steve Cooper. Your best friend and buddy, Steve Cooper. Hugs and kisses. See you in 2026. I don't know if there's a super specific on this bingo card. Oh, there is a super specific on this bingo card. Oh, but I already got 1. You can't have 2. We already got the bingo for this one. It was wasted. That was so specific that it should have been taken. Okay, let's talk more about the card. Is this broken? So we can crew vehicles. His power is 4 greater. That's totally fine. It's a really expensive ability of 3 mana. Put a -1/-1 counter on Martial, Stacker, Pentecost. Counter target spell named Apocalypse or creature spell with power 4 or greater. Also, oh, it has Ace as well at the bottom. You can have 2 commanders if one has Ace and the other is a vehicle. Pass. Very doable. Last one. Sorry, not last one. Last one from Kano. It's as if there was a million of them. No, there's only 2. Lotus Seeds. Wow, how do they not make some? This should be like a suspend card. Lotus Bloom should have been. I guess it was the same thing. It's like it's curled up and then it was blooming. Lotus Seeds, 0 mana. It's a food. If you cast this artifact from exile, it enters as a copy of Black Lotus. Plot, tap, and exert an untapped land you control. What does this do, actually? Pay 2, tap, sack this artifact, you gain 3 life. Is that it? Is this 0 mana food? Okay, that's super fair. Not broken at all. And it says, likes the Ace mechanic. I don't really have much comments on this. Is it broken? Or is this is massive sarcasm that I can't read? You plot and get a Black Lotus? Oh, I missed that. If you cast this artifact from exile, it enters as a copy of Black Lotus. Tap and exert an untapped land you control. Yeah, okay, this is broken. What the hell? How is exerting a land for 1 turn even a big deal? It's just like play land, exert it, play Lotus Seeds, and then that's it. This is literally, it is just Black Lotus. Okay, so you didn't do anything on your first turn. You get to cast something that's like at least 4 mana next turn, and then 6 mana on your 3rd turn. Easiest disqualification in the world. Kano, how did your editor let that one squeak through? How did that happen? How did that happen? I don't know how you can make this fair. It's impossible. Yeah, it's sort of like a 2 mana black. Yeah, I guess so. You could say that because you're wasting 2 mana over 2 turns, which isn't really not that big of a deal. You can even go. Yeah. I mean, you just play this on turn 1. On turn 2, you play like Soul Ring or something like that. Okay. Super DQ'd for being super busted. Well, let's get through some $5 super chats. Oh no, this is a tour. I missed it because it was a green. Torn Ramp. Finally, we get to you, Torn Ramp. I'll give you a beautiful sound effect. Violence Dynamo. We got Violence Dynamo and Research Trip. Welcome to the show. Let's take a look at Violence Dynamo. What is a dynamo anyway? Sorry, this is Research Trip. Where's Violence? One at a time. Oh no, okay. The other one's Violence Dynamo. Okay, it's fine. We can do Research Trip first. No big deal. This is a 3 mana. Yeah, it was the correct. I actually translated it earlier, but didn't realize. Dynamo is a generator. Temperance is back. Definitely in the future. I'm speaking to you from the future to the past many times during today's show. Jess, man, just dumping his shower thoughts here. I know almost every show Jess does that. They can make stem cells from your fat cells and 3D print you a new arm. I don't know if they can they do that yet? I mean, maybe in some lab. It's scary if they can make the arm. What's stopping them from making everything else? Okay, Research Trip is a 3 mana instant. Exile target creature with up to X time counters, where X is its power. With greater power comes greater time out. X can't be 0. Then what happens when you exile? Oh, so it just doesn't have any time counters? Can it just have 0 time counters? You just exiled something temporarily for 1 turn. Oh, I see. The problem is if something has 0 power and you exile it, it's actually gone forever. Because when it comes to suspend, it always says when you remove the last suspend card, sorry, the last suspend counter, you cast it. But if there's no suspend counters on the card, you can't even trigger suspend. So it's just exiled for forever. So basically, you have to exile something with power. It gains when a time counter is removed from this card while it's exiled, draw a card. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Why do we have to give them card draw? I think it's completely fine. I actually think it is 100% fine that you just exile their stupid card into suspend. It's coming back eventually. It's like a crappy 3 mana. I wouldn't say crap. It's like technically a worse 3 mana removal. Or is it you want to do this to your own card? Because you can do this to your own creature, I guess. Yeah, you can exile your own card. Okay, actually that makes sense. So in a weird, probably this is supposed to be used on your own cards, and then in a pinch, if you really need to get rid of a creature, yeah, you just go research trip on it. You have to go on a research trip. Said Professor Oak to me as I went to gain pictures of Pokemon. Professor Oak is a complete dunce. He has no pictures. It gave me a Pokedex, has no Pokemon in it. Makes me like go out and research out the Pokemon and take pictures of the Pokemon. Pokemon Snap was such a cool game. That was awesome at the time. Yeah, it was probably intended for you to draw cards. Yeah. So we're self-exiling something. What if the creature becomes 0 power in response? It's probably only a check upon resolution then. The X needs to be X+1. No, it just says X can't be 0. So the creature might not be a legal target, or it does not exile the card. I mean, I don't know. I can't be guaranteed that this actually is worded properly or not. I just know this is a very cool card. I agree. It needs to target power 1 or more, and possibly even say power as this ability resolves. Though the rules may enforce that reading already. It may, yeah, it could be exile target creature with 1 or more power. I mean, honestly, if the card just gets exiled for eternity, like I honestly have I have nothing against that. Pokemon Snap Kiosk was cooler. Is that like a completely different game? Pokemon Snap Kiosk. Oh, the kiosk. Okay, yeah. For anyone that Googles it, it's just a kiosk that you can play the game. If you target an opponent's creature, do you still draw? No. It's because the creature gains when a time counter is removed from a card while it's an exile draw card. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. It looks like that ability is put on the card of its controller. Yeah, the Blockbuster kiosk. Okay, this is a cool card. Next up, we've got Violence Dynamo, the 2 mana artifact. It's an equipment. Equip for equip. What? The equip cost is to tap the creature or the Violence Dynamo. I'm a bit confused. I guess you tap the Violence Dynamo. That's like the cheapest. That's the cheapest casting cost of any equipment in the world. Didn't we discuss the rules a million times? Or was that the first time we ever discussed the rules? We already discussed the rules. Sorry about that, Bacon Cat Bug. We love discussing the rules on the show. Tapped out of colorless. Whenever an equipment that can ramp, I guess that's fine. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, if it's attacking, untap Violence Dynamo. Ooh. So we have to tap. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, now I understand why we are tapping it to equip. Because, like, it taps for mana. So we can tap it to a creature attack. The equip is really free, though. It's, like, way too free. You know what? Honestly, I would make the equip just cost a mana instead of tapping. Because otherwise, like, you Violence Dynamo, you equip for free on something. It attacks. It untaps. Or, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't change anything. It means you can't abuse with Nadu with it easily. Oh, that's true. Well, you can't abuse it with Nadu if it costs 1 mana too. Well, I guess this would be the hard. This is a way of hard not abusing it. Makes me wonder why equip aren't tapped more often. Maybe it's maybe sort of redundant, but not so redundant when it comes to cards like Nadu. A little less redundant around Nadu. Yeah, but it's a free equip for an equipment that doesn't do anything. If they attack into a board state, that kills them. It's useless, for instance. Why is it an equipment? Because this is an equipment. I think it's very original, incredibly original, that they made an equipment that taps for mana. Like, why not? And its only purpose is to, like, sort of maybe semi-ramp you up, sort of. So you can tap it for mana in the first main phase, attack with a creature that's already equipped with this thing, untap and get a little bit more mana. Should cost 3. Well, then it would be like a really crappy mana rock. I think this is fair. Like, I actually think this is fair. Or would this end up being like the best mana rock in the game? I'm not so sure. Because like in the like there's a lot of other mana rocks like Mind Stone you can at least exchange for a card later on in the game. Like if you have nothing in hand and it's late in the game, like this card just doesn't do anything. It should say tap, attach a target creature you control, and have we can only equip. I think you can only equip creatures you control. And have to equip ability. The current wording doesn't work, I think. I mean, honestly, I think it would be fine if it was just 1 mana equipped. No big deal. I disagree. Colorless mana rock at 2 is normal. This is a Mind Stone with no draw. And a weird hoop to potentially double up mana in the future. That has to be diversified between the first and second main phase. That sounds like a good Modern Horizons design space. I don't even think it's Modern Horizons power level. I think it's perfectly legal and very original. I don't know about this tap equip thing, but the adding mana on equipment, that's actually pretty perfect. Okay, moving on. We have any more $5 super chats? This is a dono. This is a dono. This is another dono. This is normal. We got Magostera. Welcome, Magostera. Got a single card today. Final warning. Warning. It mostly hates on infinite aristocrats, but it can be useful in more ways. What is this from? I like the picture. She looks pissed. She looks like, you know. You say that one more time. She's got that sort of vibe coming at me. Okay, we have white instant. Cast only at the beginning of an opponent's combat step, or if you lost life from a source your opponent controlled this turn. You screwed me, and now I'm going to screw you. We've got until end of turn, whenever a permanent an opponent controls causes you to lose life, exile that permanent. Opponent controls. This is insane. This actually is insane. Is this too broken? Never opponent causes you to. So it's like, it reminds me a lot of. Maybe it's fine. It reminds me a lot of. What's that card that exiles all the creatures that are attacking and you get lands? Settle the Wreckage. Sell the Wreckage. It's very similar to Sell the Wreckage, in that you can like really wipe somebody's board with this thing. Just don't provoke the final warning player. Yeah, I know. You can't track what permanent made you lose life, only damage. Okay, that easily can be reworded, I think. Whenever a permanent opponent controls causes you to lose or take damage, exile that permanent. So it could be a situation where they attack, you don't block, you play final warning, and then that's it. They got cooked. They'll lose all their cards. It's settle the wreckage, but the opponent has a choice. I don't even think they have a choice. Like if you attack with all the creatures, it's too late. You can't take these backsies that after I play final warning. When a permanent opponent controls deals you damage, that would be the wording. Okay, Cool. Damages, yeah, damage is technically loss of life. They can choose not to attack. No. You can cast only at the beginning of an opponent's combat step, or if you lost life from a source your opponent controlled this turn. Oh, I see. So the only way you settle the wreckage them is if you already got dealt damage before damage. Yeah, you're right. You're actually right. So we can't settle the wreckage them. This actually is designed specifically to be done at the beginning of the combat step so that they don't attack. I just assumed very wrongly that you would be able to cast this card at any time during your turn because of the you lost life from a source your opponent controlled this turn. Well, how about you just get rid of? How about you just get rid of the if you lost life from a source your opponent? Oh, I see. You have that in the clause, so that you can just deal like if a card pinged you, you could in response cast this card. No, but you have to do it afterwards until in turn. Whenever a permanent. This is a bit of a weird card. You're not allowed to cast this card unless a source damages you. But after they damage you, then this card is worthless. Because until end of turn, whenever a permanent opponent controls causes you to lose life, exile that permanent. So like, if someone pinged me with a creature, then casting this card after the fact, it doesn't do anything. It only sort of works as casting it at the beginning of an opponent's combat step, as a final warning. Yeah, it's a warning, it's not a war declaration. Don't be silly. This could be a trap. Yeah, it's like droll on res type thing. I have no idea what you're talking about. It lets you get the first ping after anything everything gets exiled after that. But also, if you got pinged, you can cast this at somebody's like blocker step after they have attacked. Ooh, very, 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 very evil. Okay, next up. I completely approve of this card. Next up, we're going to do Argentina's. Apparently, Dandadan. What's Dandadan all about? And this is it's brought to you by Ed Preen. Look out for Argentina's Dandadan. How do I even look this up? I'm just gonna look up Dan. Cannot look anything up. How do I look up this card? Dan. Is this it? Dan Duo? I don't know which card it is, Argentina. You use these like really weird characters that I can't actually look up myself. Search Dand. It's not bringing it up. The problem is Discord doesn't let you look up half searches. You copy and paste it into the Discord. Okay, I'll jump to the present. Thanks so much. It is Dandadan. What a silly name. Don't use weird characters. Actually, one of the reasons we moved to Discord over looking up cards on Reddit for everybody's card was that like Reddit was giving me a lot of trouble looking up foreign cards from Majra. Okay, we have Dandadan. It's a blue 4/1 Merfolk. 4/1. That's sick. Island home. If defending player controls no islands, this creature cannot attack. Oh, big sad face. Also has Island Walk. This creature is unblockable if defending player controls an island. You know what? I would absolutely love this card. It's basically turn 3 attack for 5. It's possible. Turn 1 seize claim. Turn 2 Dandadan, and turn 3 Lord of Atlantis. Oh no, I don't even need a Lord of Atlantis. I already have the Island Walk, but I could like play a Lord to make it bigger. So for the first time, I can attack for 5. But Dandadan has a weird... Yeah, it has many weird characters. I couldn't find it. It's Dandan. Well, even the original Dandan has the weird characters to it. Okay, 100%. 100%. Thank you very much. Probably would play in Merfolk. It does have built-in Island Walk, which is really important. I'd have to play it in a very heavy island enabling deck though. Only the most heaviest of islands. Okay, next up we've got Mappius. More Yu-Gi-Oh adaptations. All right. Was this Gordian? The Gordian Slicer. Doesn't feel Yu-Gi-Oh like. Feels, I don't know what this is. Feels like Legend of Zelda actually. Now that I look at it, some sort of like modern day Zelda stuff. Okay, we have a 3-mana equipment artifact in blue. It's a blue equipment at that. Equipped creature gets +3/+0. Very unusual for a blue card. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may exile any number of cards from your hand, then return that many target non-land permanents defending player controls to their owner's hands. What? So it's a way of bouncing all their stuff? This seems so rude, but it's so clunky. I can't say like it's broken. It's like you equip this thing, you just kill it. Try to interact with it. And they do have to, you know what? This has to be fine. Discarding your cards just to bounce their non-land permanents, big deal. But we're not done. We're not even close. We're not close. Yeah, exile your hand, bounce 7. If you're even allowed to do that. It's a reference to Gordian Knot in Alexander the Great's lore. Noisemaro says, so this kind of turns every card in your hand into a snapback? Yeah, or unsummon if you want to think of it that way. It's actually non-land permanent, so it's every what is a bounce card that's non-land? I want to say boomerang, but that's technically a land. You're 4 minutes off. Oh yeah, 2-hour stream in 4 minutes. There you go. Okay. It is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Yeah, literally Yu-Gi-Oh card. Okay, I think it's fine. I think this is legal. I think it's super clunky. So if you pull this off, you deserve it. I don't even know if they will necessarily win you the game. You're gonna bounce my creatures back to my hand and give me more ETBs? By all means, go for it. Any number of cards from your hand, then return that many non-land permanents defending player controls. You can't even bounce your own stuff. So it's actually very, very well balanced. Super well balanced. Next, we got Deck Collector with Jelb Boom Boom. Love the vids. Thank you so much, Deck Collector. Deck Collector, you've been here for forever. I know that you love the vids. Or are you talking about like Jelb Boom Boom? I don't know where this is from. I don't know the origin story of this. So we have for 3 mana a 4/2 Goblin Car. Beep beep. Start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. And for a red tap, deal 1 damage to target creature, then create a landmine token. I can't remember. What was a landmine token? Was it something like when it gets sacrificed, it deals 2 damage to something? Something like that. Max speed for a red. Jelb Boom Boom deals 2 damage to any target, then create 10 landmine tokens. We're going boom boom, people. No, that's a munitions token. So what's a landmine token? So artifact for a red. Sacrifice this artifact. It deals 2 damage to target attacking creature without flying. Okay, so it's still very similar. It was incredibly similar. Maybe that's what I was thinking the entire time. Actually, I totally forgot about the activation cost. Why does the max speed ability not have tap or exhaust? I actually don't know if max speeds ever have tap or exhaust, because I play with one. Well, I've played with one card from. Do you know what's really jarring? The Ikoria set symbol on a card that has nothing to do with Ikoria. It should have been from, was it Ether Drift? Why does it have the Ether Drift set symbol? The ability is broken, is it? Max speed deals 2 damage to any target, then create 10 landmine tokens. Just kill this before they make all the landmine tokens. You know how long it takes? It's like if you have no speed, it starts at 1 and increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. But it has to be on your turn. You can spam landmines. It doesn't even need to tap. The last ability can be activated any number of times. You can make 10 tokens for R at any time, any number of times. 2 damage to a target, then create. Oh, it just make so like what? Oh, so what? Oh, I see. So what? The max speed probably should have exhaust or exert or something, or I should say exhaust. Except speed can go up while this isn't out. But you would need a start your engines card in play at the very least. I see. So, but I get your point. You can start your engines with another card, and then when you've maximized, you get to the gel boom boom. Okay, this is very easy. We just max speed. This max speed ability, it just needs to have exhaust, and then it would be fine. Because if you can only do it once, then no harm done. Not to mention 10 mine tokens. That's a lot of tokens. All right, we don't need any more than 10 mine tokens. Sorry, the 10 landmine tokens. Same way to make it once per turn. No, it's just, we can do it once. We don't need it a million times. Thank you very muches. Oh yeah, Brandon Hall here with a big super chat. Sorry if I missed that super chat. I don't know if how long you've been here. 2 more Cyberpunk cards hitting the bottom of the barrel. Okay, we've got for 6 mana, a 4/4 human advisor. Other non-token creatures you control have deploy X, where X is equal to their power. Bracket in complete no man's land here. We see this bracket. It's very. I don't think Wizards would have it like that. Or I don't think Wizards would template it like that. Okay, everyone is making the big announcement that it has officially been 2 hours. That means that we have to cross that off on the bingo card. And that means it's been actually a 2-hour stream. I gotta scribble this in. How do I draw that in? Everything is so fickle on Mac. No, don't. It's a bad Mac. How do I draw this? Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, do I have to click away? There we go. There we go. Oh, you can't see it though. Don't worry. I'll get it. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. Now, what that means is that we're going to look at one more freebie for everybody at the end. You forgot to circle super specific from before. No, I didn't forget. Each card is only allowed one thing on the bingo card to basically fix the hole, because people are gaming the system, making custom cards that would be like 7 things on the bingo card. No. We can't have that. You only get 1 thing per card, and so that the card that was super specific, they ended up getting, I think, what's it called? 5+ card types or something like that. They got something else. You're not supposed to remember that? Well, I did remember that. Next, what? My mustachio is starting to get visible. But also all the other. I feel like I just shaved a little while ago too. Okay, let's get back to President Rosalind Myers, the 6 mana 4/4, and remember, other non-token creatures you control have deploy X, where X is their power. They have, whenever this creature attacks, create 2 attacking and tapped white 1/1 soldier creature tokens. Sounds very similar to a lot of other effects that we have right now. What's it called? But usually, like, the tokens leave at end of turn, but it's not completely unusual. Also, for 6, we have a lot of effects like this at 3 mana where you get 1 token. So at 6 mana, why not get 2 tokens and have them permanently? As long as you control another creature, President Rosalind Myers is indestructible. That is a very low bar to meet. Very low. Only 1 card. Sorry, only 1 other creature. Sack 2 creatures, target non-land permanently phases out. Okay, this is like some way of getting around. I don't know why you have to get around exile. Why don't we just exiling the thing? is that even legal? Can we permanently phase something out? I mean, I guess Oubliette did that, right? Can't get rid of it. That's right, you can't get rid of it. Well, you can get rid. You have to supreme. You have to supreme verdict, and then you got a supreme verdict a second time. All right, got 2 supreme verdicts. It doesn't say permanently phase out. It says permanently phase out. Target non-land. Non-land non-token permanent. Oh, it says oh, it just phases out. Okay, legal. Very, 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 very legal. Oh, I thought that was like a phone in the background. There's just some sort of weird design on the chair over there. Reminder text is kind of wrong. What do you mean? What reminder text? Is deploy a real mechanic? It's because of idiotic earthbend. Well, he can't even target a land, right? And the creatures become land in earthbend. That was a real Nikachu can't read moment. Yeah, believe it or not, Nikachu is not the center of the universe. I agree. Deploy X, it says 2. Oh, I see. Where X is their power. Yeah, okay. You create X attacking creatures. Okay, that's slight typo. Just a slight typo. Can be fixed up in post. Otherwise, I think the card is. I wouldn't say it's perfectly fine, but I like the cost. You have to sack creatures to phase stuff out, and they're gonna come back anyway. So pretty cool card. Next, we got Delamain, whoever the hell that is. 4 mana for a legendary enchantment. Vehicles you control are artifact creatures. Pay 4, create a token that's a copy of target vehicle you control. By all means. I mean, there are some vehicles that could maybe get abused, but those are usually very expensive vehicles. Like, there are some vehicles, maybe a Seek's Chariot. It's the only thing that I could think of that's reasonably costed that you could copy and abuse because of the token generation. I think most of the best vehicles with best ETBs are legendary, so I don't even know if this is going to be broken at all. So for a red, we can target vehicle gains haste until end of turn. That's fine. For a black, target vehicle gains menace until end of turn. And for a white, target vehicle gains vigilance until end of turn. I think these are all perfectly fine. These are all very fine abilities. Pedro says also can't get rid of it because you can phase her out with her last ability anyways by sacking the tokens to phase her out to avoid any removal. But, well, I mean, if I board wipe and she phases out, that's fine. When she comes back, she can die. She will be vulnerable that one turn that she comes back. Don't worry, we all can't read. Reading is hard. That's what makes Magic so hard, is the reading part. And they're just putting so many words on these cards these days. There's so many words. There's too many words. What part of the internet have you been like lost on, Jess? Doable. I like it. I approve. Anna approves. And with that, it's time to look at some free cards. All right, let's start with Pedgeman. What do you want? Dono to Pedgeman. Give us a card, Pedgeman. Your time has come. And also, this is going to be the Dono to Pedgeman part of the show. Where is the Dono to Pedgeman? Okay, Pedgeman wants Amiya Heroic Spirits. Well, I can't. Is it this? Where's Amiya? I can't click on this thing. It's like you literally made it a video. How do I look at this? Do you have like a second copy of the damn thing that isn't like a two-sided video? Or how can I zoom in? No, this is not working. Not very well anyhow. Well, I guess this sort of works. Is there music? Okay, hold on. Can I play it? Okay, that works. Okay, let me screw up everything for a second. We got Amiya, Heroic Spirit. This is a 4-mana 3/4 Archer, Artificer, Servant. Now, at the beginning of... at the beginning, the first combat each turn... Is that grammatically correct? At the beginning, the first combat each turn. That's not a Pegman mistake you see very often. You may attach target equipment you control to Amiya. If you do, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step and draw a card. Whenever you sacrifice an equipment, Amiya deals 2 damage to any target. I think this is very fine. Then we also have Noble Phantasm. So while you control this creature, you may cast a transform copy of it. Oh yeah, the backside. So this is not a transform. You can cast the backside, the other side of this thing, which is Unlimited Blade Works for 3 mana. Does this also move? Oh, it does. So for 3 mana, it's a legendary Noble Phantasm enchantment. Cumulative upkeep of 1. Whenever a non-replica equipment enters, create X tokens that are copies of it, except they are not legendary and are replica in addition to their other types, where X is the number of age counters on this +1. When Unlimited Blade Works leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all replicas you control. I have absolutely no idea what that card does. It's got cumulative upkeep though, so I'm gonna say it's fair. New card type. I think we already got that. I think we got. Whoops. Oh yeah. This thing got janked up. There we go. I think we got... Oh, is it new non... No, we have a new non... Where's the card type? 5+? Is there a new card type? Having a new card type on a... Or is it new Oh, is you mean new non-creature card type? Because of the Phantasm enchantment. All right. You know what? I'll give it to you. How do I grab this? All right. The new non-creature subtype. The Phantasm. All right, next. Bryce wanted a dono. Oh, wait a minute. We have another card here. 4 Paths Alive. Okay, the donos have been stalled because we have a paying customer here. World-rending bifold. From 4 Paths of Life. What do you got for us today with 4 Paths of Life? World-rending bifold is a legendary enchantment land. So it can be blown up by disenchant. That's bold. Bold as hell. Okay, I'm going to remember that, Bryce, the newest spirit guide. When World-rending bifold enters, each player exiles all other lands they control and create that many waste basic land tokens with tap at a waste? All other lands? We mean all other lands. So when this enters, it shouldn't be... oh, I guess all other for you. So everyone gets a waste instead. It's basically what is it? Like a Armageddon? Once during a player's turn, that player may sacrifice a waste's land. If they do, they place a land they own in exile on the battlefield. During a player's upkeep, that player targets a land card they own in exile. This land gains the abilities of that target land until end of turn. This card is sort of cool. So it's sort of like Armageddon, but you are going to get the lands back slowly. You sack the waste, and then you get your other land back. And then during a player's upkeep, that player targets a land card they own in exile. Oh, I see. And then this land gets that ability until end of turn. Really weird. Oh, is there a dono to chat? Well, there was already a dono to chat. Oh, no, there hasn't been a dono to chat. We're still waiting on Bryce, actually. Is that like Urza's Saga? What the image or something? It's busted, what, because of landfall? I mean, that could work. It could work against you, though. You know what I mean? Okay, but you do have a good point. It could, I mean, other people can have landfall as well. What would break this for landfall? Because it does cost 0. It does technically cost 0. Should it be like phase in a bunch of wastelands or something like that? Another broken with Earthbend. Oh yeah, oh my god. Yeah, we broke it a second time. So basically any Earthbend card just doubled your mana for nothing. So you exiled all the lands and then yeah, the Earthbending breaks this card. Man, Earthbending is just going to just be like a restriction on design space. They gotta ban all the Earthbend cards. A land that doesn't add mana on a free enchantment. That's right. What? Do you think the enchantment is broken? Prison effect for all non-colorless decks. Unfortunately, okay, Earthbend breaks this card, unfortunately. Sad. Sad but true. Interesting idea otherwise. Maybe make it a sorcery or something. Like, there's actually no reason that this is a land. It can just be a sorcery. Okay, Bryce, you wanted, what's it called? You said the biggest something spirit guide. I'm just gonna look up spirit guide. Or the newest spirit guide, I guess. The angelic spirit guide. This is a 3-mana angel spirit. It's a 2/3. Very bad templating. You can barely see the power and toughness over here. Then aside from that, exile angelic spirit guide from your hand to add a white mana. So I mean, outside of like modern, pioneer, or standard, I mean this card is just fine. Like they have several spirit guides in Legacy. You got Simian spirit guide, you got Elvish spirit guide. I don't think there's anything wrong with angelic spirit guide at this point. You just add to the cycle? Yeah, you're just adding to the cycle. Give me the blue spirit guide. Make it a merfolk. Oh my god. Oh, we gotta complete the cycle, everyone. The cycle must be completed. I need a blue merfolk to exile. Just make it literally a 2/2 for 3 mana. I'll play it. Yeah, we're still missing black, blue, and white in the cycle. You got that right. All right, that's sweet card. Okay, who else wants okay, Anna and the real Maxim. I'm sure you guys want some freebies. We can put that also on the bingo chat. You got any freebies for us today? This was a dono for chat. I'll have the next. I'll have one for the next show for you. Oh, you got a little something here. Okay, so you get a freebie. Sasha, Leader of Reapers. Continuing my series based on one of my favorite PlayStation game series, Infamous. Sasha, cool. Didn't know there was a PlayStation game called this. Sasha, Leader of the Reapers, is a 5-mana 2/5 human conduit. As in literally a conduit of power, of electricity. Fear, this creature can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or black creatures. Bringing fear back! Bingo alert, 5+ words in card name. That is correct! You got that right. Where's the 5+ words? 5+ words in card name. That's a bingo! Oops, I made this stupid thing. Can I change this? Please change back to red. I didn't mean to do that. Excellent. Okay, we have 2 bingos. That means there's 2 freebies later. Okay, when Sasha deals damage to a creature, it becomes a zombie conduit in addition to its other types. Put a tar counter on it. You gain control of that creature for as long as it has a tar counter on it. Creatures get -1/-1 for each tar counter on them. Okay, so you can steal creatures, but they'll be a little weaker, a little shrunk. And for 3 mana, tap, deal 1 damage to any creature, activate only as a sorcery. It's a very clunky ability, but so the idea is we snipe things for 1 damage, and we steal them. That's it, and then they're ours. You know, it's a finder's keeper situation here. It's not 3 hours yet. It's possible though. It's the electric chair. Usually AI won't make that image. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean usually? Yeah, now that you say it, sort of looks like an electric chair. Except that she probably is the chair. She's literally the chair. Okay, I think this is a good card. I think this is perfectly doable. This literally looks like a card that would be on the front of a commander deck. The real Maxime with the Hillbilly. Literally a hillbilly. We got 4 mana for a 5/4 human killer. Start your engines. Your speed can go past 4 and can go up more than once on each of your turns. What are you trying to break speed? Max speed, which apparently doesn't happen. The hillbilly gets +X+0, trample, haste, and rampage X, where X is your maximum speed. Whatever the hell that is, that's where, or is it where X is your speed? Sorry, X is your speed -4, not your maximum speed. They gain rampage X. So I guess the in excess of getting to maximum speed, you give the creature +X +0. Noise Marrow for the last card. You have to get 5 mana creatures out to start that stealing, though. And Dimir has other expensive creatures that steal without paying more mana. It's strong, but appropriate, I think. I believe so. Bingo alert, too much X. How much X's do we have? 1, 2. Yes, actually, you got it. Okay, yeah, I think that absolutely qualifies. Too much X. We got a lot of X's around here. This needs to hit the brakes. Yeah, you still max speed at 4, but the number keeps going up. And for the purposes of keeping track of this this creature's future damage. What is this, from Mad Max or something? Well, not quite, actually. It looks like an even more gruesome environment than that. It's a killer from my Dead by Daylight series. Did anyone enjoy the speed mechanic? To be honest, I thought it was such a clunky mechanic because it's just so hard to pull off. It's just more of a draft mechanic. It's more fun when like the mechanics can see some play in constructed formats. Did we do a new creature type? I don't know. But if you have to ask that question, the answer is probably no. Okay, thank you very much, Big Mike, for those 2 big super chats that went to Anna and Maxime. Big shout out to Big Mike. Okay, now it's halted. We have 2 freebies. Does anyone else want a freebie? We have 2 freebies, thanks, courtesy of our bingo card today. I'm not missing any, right? It was really close to getting a lot of them. Anyone want some freebies? Otherwise, no, we're gonna give to some people who haven't got any freebies. I got a comment actually from somebody that they were pleasantly surprised that I dug super deep into the Discord and showed them a card. You definitely got you had a few paid cards. Okay, Mega Banani, go for it. If you have something posted in my Discord. Just give me a name of the card. Unless it's I'd Be Happy. I could look that up. Or if you post it really quickly. No such card called I'd Be Happy here. Do we have anything here? Just out of curiosity. Well, we didn't look at this card. Okay. Okay, we're gonna give 1 super chat to this person, and I'll get to your Mega Banani card. Your Zuri. I'll have that just lined up here. Okay, we got Soap Cleanse. Gotta use soap, people. You have to get, very important, you gotta get the soap between the butt cheeks. Super important. It will punish the butt stink. Soap Cleanse, a 2-mana sorcery. For each creature you control, destroy all enchantments attached to it. What? For each creature you control. To what? We're like skipping ahead here. I think it's like target creature. For each creature you control, destroy all enchantments attached to target creature. Then put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is twice the number of -1/-1 counters. Okay, a little mistemplating here, but I think I know what's going on here. Okay, next, let's go to Mega Bananas. Zuri, Lord of Life. Oh, this is yours as well. Okay, whatever. You accidentally. I'll make that first one free, and we'll give another super chat to somebody else. I didn't know you were so active. The bingo card is over. Once we get to the bingo cards, it's shut down. This is as far as it goes. There are there's a lot of specific stuff here, though. Yes. Okay, Zuri, Lord of Life. Yeah, I know. I mean, you didn't do anything wrong, Mega Banani. I didn't realize this was you. I didn't. It doesn't show your name either. Ugh, I hate it when you're streaming. Sometimes Discord will just won't show anybody's name for the sake of protecting people's identity. Okay, let's get back to Zuri, Lord of Life. 5 mana for a 4/2 dragon hero, flash lifelink. When you cast this spell, put a +1/+1 counter and a vitality counter on each attacking creature you control. What's a vitality counter? If you put a counter on a creature this way, Zuri enters tapped and attacking. Whenever a creature with a vitality counter attacks, put a -1/-1 counter on it. Sorry, let's put a +1/+1 counter on it. So the vitality counter just doesn't do anything except for help you get stronger as you're attacking. Got to get those gains, people. Flash and lifelink, but no evasion. It's okay. It's a cool card. Nothing wrong with that. Again. Hey, I get malnourished near the end of a stream. You know what's the first thing I do after I'm done these custom card streams? I go straight to my fridge and I start eating. What time is it? It's like 5:30. I would have started eating supper at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna give one more freebie. You paid for 2 cards. There's some people, they don't get anything. I'm thinking about it. I'm honestly thinking of not only weekly, but I'd be like, there's no card limit. I don't know, card limit is at 10. I just let you guys go wild. And I'm just here for like 5 or 6 hours and milk this channel dry. I get nothing because I don't make cards. We gotta make some cards. Okay, I'm gonna get someone random in the Discord. They'll be so happy. Who is even this? I don't even know who this is. Oh God. F life. No, life is great. You know why? Because I'm gonna look at your card. It's Lenksa, Surveyor of Potential. This is a 3 mana X Dryad Shaman. Trample. Lenksa enters with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it -2. Whenever you cast this spell or another spell with X and its mana cost, draw a card if X is 0. If X is 5 or greater, instead X is that number +2. Now this would be the card. Is this your card? I got called out from my status live on stream. Oh, this is your card. Okay, you accidentally got a freebie anyway. Yeah, this was definitely a too much X. The Electric Boogaloo. The real Maxim is really enjoying the X around here. Okay, let me reread this. This is hard to pronounce. It's Lenksa. Not a usual, we don't see an X following the N very often. Enters with a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it -2. Okay, because it has X in the casting cost. So at least it's going to come in with +1/+1. Whenever you cast this spell or another spell with X in its mana cost, draw a card if X is 0. Whenever you cast it. So basically, while this is on the stack, you're already drawing a card. That's evil. I think that's very evil to immediately get value before it's even on the battlefield. Draw a card if X is 0. If X is 5 or greater, instead X is that number +2. It's a really weird way of making it, but sure, that's fine. It's not usual that you hear the wording if X is 5 or greater, X is that number +2. It gets a little bit of a boost. Okay, next up. KenCon wants a card. Well, you just got it just in the nick of time. Otherwise, show's over. Incorrect childhood rules. What does that mean? Like things that we learned when we were a kid but weren't true? Oh, you're talking about like how we learned the game, but it was all wrong. Yeah. Okay, so we have Incorrect Childhood Rules, Volume 12. For 1 mana artifact, white is interchangeable with plains, blue is interchangeable with island, black is interchangeable with swamp, and red is interchangeable with a mountain, and green is interchangeable with forest. I tap to add a forest. Whoops, I hit 2 super chat sound effects at the same time. Very funny. I'll donate to you next time. Steve got this time. All right, with that, it's somehow it's the end of the show. I can't believe it sometimes. How did that happen? How long was this thing? We have 2.5 hours, as usual, on this show. And if we keep doing it weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So far, once every 2 weeks. Maybe it's once every week. Maybe I'll let you guys have 4 or 5 cards. You know, I'll just slowly up the limit to see how exhausted you can all get. I'll just give myself breaks in between. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. I'm not gonna lie either. I think you guys are almost the sole reason this show, this channel even makes any financial sense at this point. Used to be much bigger during COVID. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here with all of your creative suggestions. You people like The Real Maxim, Mappius, Jess, Turg McGurg, Mercenary. Who else do we have? We got Steve Cooper, Bacon Catbug, Kano Damn Draws. We had Ed Preen. Thanks so much, Ed Preen, actually, for saving Argentina earlier. And many more for contributing and making the show what it is every week. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep bringing those coffees. We're going to keep bringing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.